Aha. Let's see. Now that I have some audio here, I wonder how YouTube is going to act. It seems that I'm having allegedly some audio issues here. Nope. Nope, apparently everything is working just fine. YouTube. Oh, crap. Okie dokie. Anybody else want to chime in here? Any of my other streams that I'm trying to check on here? All right. Hey, there we go. There we go. Looks like things are getting there. All right. Apparently, I count as 2 people, 3 people. I count as 3 people according to YouTube because the only current participants in chat are me because YouTube is special, to say the least. Love you, YouTube. Love you. And whoever my new boss is, whoever that dude is. Susan is gone. I'm sorry, Susan. We never got a chance to talk, and that's because, well, you don't give a shit about anybody. Oops, sorry. You don't give a shit about anybody who is small. And honestly, I can't blame you. What's up? How you doing? Oh, golly. I'm just giving everybody... I started a little early here. YouTube was saying that I had issues. I didn't have any audio. Clearly, that is wrong because, well, I do have audio. So screw you. Screw you and the horse you rode in on. And I just spilled water all over myself. Go me. Wet t-shirt contest. Woo! But what I can really do is have some real good fun here because I now have a bleep button. Yay. I can't use that too much, otherwise I think YouTube still gets mad at you. They demonetize you. Ooh, for a channel that's not monetized, that is not scary at all. I can tell you that. Not that I care either way, I just, I also sound extra sexy smooth right now with the windscreen right here. I can blow the mic and it doesn't sound that bad. And I'd like to thank the kind people at Focusrite and Sweetwater for the... I don't have enough length for this. That's what she said. This is the Vocaster 1. It is fantastic, all-in-one kind of idiot-proof, looking at me, way to run audio. They've got 2 big knobs there that I like to play with. One is for the audio in my headphones, and the other one is the gain for the microphone, which I'm not going to touch. They also have some sweet one-touch integrations. I can just... And now you can hear me. They also have auto gain, which is fantastic. You just hit the auto gain button, talk for like 10-ish seconds, give or take, and it automatically adjusts the level for you. And then the magic sauce here is, here's plain old me, just talking, having fun. And now, that warm, smooth voice with their slight bit of post-processing. Welcome back to this episode of NPR, where I am smarter than and better than you ever could hope to be, because I talk like this. Welcome to NPR. Yep, that's the NPR setting. Or warm, whichever. I just like to have fun here. Just having a good time. Just BSing right now. Waiting till about 10:30. Got plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk about. I can't drink today. I gave up alcohol for Lent, and I am struggling to drink water, apparently. I'm spilling more water than I've ever spilled alcohol in my life tonight, apparently. Yep, good old being Catholic, giving things up for Lent. It's good every now and then to do something like that for you. Just, trying to be healthier. Also trying to run at least 1 whole mile every single day. And, that doesn't sound like a lot. And to me, it really doesn't sound like a lot because I used to run 11 miles a day. And then, well, I got injured. Then I got fat. And then it just didn't happen. But now I'm trying to get in shape. That's the important thing. That is the important thing. See, you know, it's not the PDGA that's the problem with tournament central. Do you like my impression? That was rough. That was so rough. Yeah, that's about all I can say. But yeah, I watched it and I tried to get through it that first day. I can't get ahead. I can't get too far ahead here. I left clicked somewhere. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Let's not be stupid. Ooh, I need to open up Audacity. Awesome program if you're looking to get into podcasting and you want to do it all for free, essentially. I highly recommend looking up the program called Audacity. It's free. You can edit everything. You can put in multiple tracks. It's super easy, super powerful. That's how I got started. That's how awesome it is. Even an idiot like me can figure things out. But it's also a great way to record something cheap and easy. So I'm cheap and easy. What can I say? Well, I guess we should go ahead and get started here. What's up, disc golfers? Joe here with Joe's Disc Golf, and jam-packed show for you today. Got plenty to talk about. Tournament Central is a thing that's happening. Still, why? Stop making it happen. It's only been 2 days, but dear sweet Jesus, please stop. DGPT also announced that they've changed up the format for and updated the Tour Championship and end of the season awards. Not really too much changed for the awards on that side. Just some qualifications and some voting things. They realized that the general public should not be trusted to vote, so they're taking them out of the vote. But we'll get to that in a second here. The PDGA, excuse me. The PDGA is also getting sued by Natalie Ryan. Wow, who would have saw that coming? Who could have possibly seen that coming here? And, Disc Golf Network is having a load of issues with their player. But before we get into all that, we need to thank our sponsor, Log. What rolls downstairs? A loner in pairs rolls over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and it fits on your back? It's Log, Log, Log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's better than bad, it's good. Come on and get your log. Everyone wants a log. Come on and get it, Log. Log from Blammo. Well, there we go. There we have it. There we have it. Hopefully I'm not blowing out your eardrums too much here. As I mentioned in the 3-minute pre-show, new-ish setup. Thank you, Focusrite, with the Vocaster 1. Potentially doing an review on that. Wow. Thinking about starting up another channel to handle reviews and stuff that aren't disc golf related. But that is neither here nor there, and that is not why you are here. You are here because of that awesome title that I have right now. Tournament Central, We Hardly Knew Ye. I tried so hard to power through episode 1 or 1, whatever, Thursday morning-ish, depends on what time zone you're in, Thursday before the FPO round. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. It's a new show. Jeff Spring has been hyping this up on all the other podcasts. Any interview, he's like, yeah, Tournament Central, we've got this extra almost 2 hours of disc golf that you can watch, keep you hooked, keep you in the app, keep you on the website, keep you engaged. Oh, God. Oh, man. They were roasted within 5 minutes. And I kind of feel bad for, I think it was Liz and Andre. But, oh, God, they have no camera experience. They could be highly intelligent disc golf people. I think Liz is a former touring pro. She won a big tournament and then quit. Ledgestone, Idlewild, one of those. I always mix those two up, even though they're not that close to each other. Don't ask me why. That's how my brain works. But they were awful. I don't want. They clearly did not have experience in front of the camera. They were clearly not in the same room. They were definitely green screened together. They had them, standing in front of two separate green screens, probably halfway around the country. So there were awkward pauses. Andre would say something. He'd be like, yeah, and how about that course out there? How about that hole number 1? How would you attack it? Well, I would attack it like... And she would just kind of trail off and start mumbling. That wasn't good. I thought today, when I came up with the title for this podcast, for this live stream, that Tournament Central wasn't happening anymore. They went one day and just were like, no, we can't. We're losing subscribers because of this. We're losing people because of this. And there was no pre-show, but there was an in-between show that had happened, and I lasted about 30 seconds. Also, I didn't last very long watching the show, but that's neither here nor there. It was brutal. They were clearly reading from their notes or their teleprompter or whatever setup they had. Liz, I really hope that was her name. I'm blanking. But whatever she was using to record her audio was just bad. And I'm not saying you have to go out and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to get this incredible, streaming setup, this live vocal stuff. You can, on Amazon, get like a $50 green screen and it'll do just fine. And whatever the green screen tech or whatever she was using was working just fine. But whatever the audio was, it sounded like she was on speakerphone and the phone was halfway across a solid marble room, because that was rough. That was really, really rough here. Sorry, I'm just checking my levels. I'm getting warnings over here. Warning, danger, Will Robinson. It was rough, to say the least. And I want them to get better. This is very clearly a work in progress. It just seems like neither of them were prepared to be live. And I don't know whose fault that was, whether that was a lack of training, a lack of clearly setting up these people for success. They could have had someone. They could have tapped into the wider disc golf network and had someone who has some live streaming experience to carry that and to help teach them and just go, all right, you know what? I'm used to talking. I'm not saying I should be doing it. I'm saying someone who has podcasting, live streaming experience to just go and go, all right, you know what? I clearly see you're struggling. Not obviously saying these out loud, but going, all right, I see you struggling. I'm going to carry the slack, and you just kind of chime in when you need to. Don't worry about it. We'll get through this. You'll get more comfortable. Everyone will get more comfortable on camera, and the product will be better. But right now, the product is not something I want to watch. They definitely took it down from YouTube. They had it on YouTube, and they took down Tournament Central from YouTube because too many people were memeing on it, were clowning on it. It was just so rough. Hey, I managed to drink some water and not spill it. Barbarian knows what I'm talking about there. I was just struggling to drink some water because whatever. But so that was that. The production quality, the camera quality, whatever cameras they had sent them to use looked good. Or if they were using whatever cameras they had at home, that video quality looked good. The audio quality was on two different levels. Andre seemed to be doing all right. Liz, not so much. Not so much at all. I hope, the concept is good. The concept is, and this is probably an issue with Jeff Spring, with Disc Golf Network, with whoever's in that whole decision tree process, that they kept saying, oh, this is a preview show, just like, NFL Game Day Live, or any NBA pre-show, or baseball pre-show, or hockey pre-show, or whatever. They kept comparing it to all these high level productions that, like, people have literally gone to broadcast school and learned how to do this stuff and have honed their craft to be on national broadcasts. Like, Doc Emmerich is the best. And it would be, it would just be, they set the standard too high of comparing it to all these high shows, these high level broadcasts and very talented people. Not saying that these two can't be talented, not saying that this can't be something good. It's just they started out on the wrong foot by giving everybody kind of that false expectation of this is going to be awesome right off the bat. Missing some comments here. Barbarian said they should have had a few practice tournaments. By a few, I mean a bunch. I don't understand why. What they should have done is kind of done this under the radar, do it for those 2 Silver Series that they had at the beginning of the year, and for the All-Star event. They could have had them doing a full dry run where they are uploading, they're doing everything, sending it to the Disc Golf Network headquarters or wherever their streaming servers are, but not actually broadcasting it, so that they could see it, record it, they could see it, and they can go back and look and watch and listen and figure out how they can make it better, both from a production side as well as from the 2 participants to just go and look. The hardest thing that I ever did, and the best thing I ever did with my podcast and my videos, is I watched them and listened to them. Dear God, at the beginning, they were awful. I applaud anybody who has been with me for now going on to the 3rd year. If you have found me since then, I totally get it. It was rough. Those podcasts were a lot of stutterings and ums and ahs and just not as good. Now, 2 years later, I've gotten a lot better. So I know they can get better if they put in the time and effort and just do the hard work of listening to yourself. And you will hate with a burning passion the sound of your own voice until you just don't, everyone. How's it going, Jake? Hope you're doing well. Without Tournament Central, I would have never learned that Double G can throw far. Yeah, Double G throws far? I thought he was a technical woods golfer. I thought that was always him up there at, like, Northwood Black and, down there at International Disc Golf Center, W.R. Jackson. That's the one. Reminded me when I had to go on the speaker and say the Pledge of Allegiance in grade school. Andrew, yeah, that's and maybe that's why I got lucky growing up in a Catholic school. We had to once a month say decade, so 10 Hail Marys, a Glory Be, and an Our Father over the announcements once a month. So we all got used to public speaking, sort of. And during Lent, that was every day. So, hey, go to Catholic school and you'll be forced to do public speaking as like a first grader. And then everyone will make fun of you because you're a first grader doing public speaking. But that's that. Like I said, I watched about 30 seconds or so of Tournament Central today, and I could not do it. I have given up alcohol for Lent, and without it, I don't think I could push through it. I'm sorry. Oh man. But I think that's enough of that. That kind of transitions me into the next issue that I've had with the Disc Golf Network player. Okay, same issue I've had last year and this year. It kicks me. I have to log out of everything if I want to log into a third device to watch. Even though I'm only watching on one device, I have not shared at all, have not shared a password with any of my friends. And yet, I will be logged into my Apple TV, I'll be logged into my iPad, but then I'll be at work, and I don't want to kill my iPad battery. I might not have my iPad with me. My Apple TV is at home. I want to throw it up just on a second monitor at work, have it in the corner, have the volume low, just so I can see what's going on and then watch whatever cool thing just happened. No, I have to log out of everything, despite it being very clear I'm only watching on one screen. I get it. They want to prevent people from password sharing, and you can at most watch on two screens. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Whatever. You do you. You're not Netflix. Although Netflix is, definitely around, and well, we'll find out what happens with Netflix and the password sharing, but you understand what I mean. That's the precedent they set right off the bat with Disc Golf Network. Okay. Can you figure out how to tell that I'm only engaging with one stream? One device is streaming. Just one. Okay. That was problem number one. Problem number two, which was brought up during the All-Star, I didn't really pay attention to this because I just did not care. I didn't watch much of the All-Star event. I watched some of it, not all of it, caught some recaps and highlights and whatnot. You can't rewind on the Disc Golf Network app like you could last year or online. I don't understand why. It blows my mind that you can't do that. What's worse is that they stream that first round on YouTube and you can rewind. And I mean, it's YouTube. You guys are on YouTube right now watching me, or live or post-produced or whatever. I can't skip back. Like I said, I used to have it on a second monitor at work, listening in the background, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, did you just see that shot that Paul Macbeth made? That crazy forehand Ricky had? That, 80-foot throw-in through the bushes over the hills and whatnot that Gannon just had? No, I missed it, so let me rewind 15 seconds and go watch it. Cool, that was awesome, because I might not catch a replay. There might not be a replay for whatever reason. I know, it sounds like all I'm doing is complaining. I did not intend for this episode to be just a bitching and moaning session. I think you can still say that one on YouTube. I'm trying to find it. You can still say hell. Hell. But you get what I'm saying. Like, those are some issues there. The graphics seem to be a good upgrade. I do like how they're not overusing the drone shots. They've had some good establishing shots. I thought Ian Anderson and I think it's Zoe Andyke is doing FPO coverage. I haven't had a chance to watch MPO because that's when my day goes to crap and I don't get to watch anything, don't get to listen to anything. So I haven't been watching that. I think it was Philo was on it. And it's, audio was better. Some of those, during Tournament Central, the audio, when they threw it to Brian Earhart live, that was awful. That was so bad. And I don't know if that had to do with the wind or with other audio issues separate. So I know it's super crazy windy there, and that can really just mess with your audio settings. Trust me on that one. I've tried to record some stuff outside, and if I don't have my dead cat on, it's awful. For those of you not in the know, a dead cat is what you call that little puffy thing that you put over your microphone, the little fuzzy one. Not this windscreen here. This is just a regular windscreen. But if the wind blows, yeah, you can hear it. But you put a dead cat on there, the fuzzy thing, and it'll block the wind. Cool. Enough inside baseball talk. So, yeah, you can't rewind. You can't fast forward. It's only live for that. I don't know what they changed, because last year you could do that. There have been plenty of people complaining about the app just not working. I believe Samsung had a whole bunch of issues. Some of the people with smart TVs have had some issues. Like I said, I've used the Apple TV, and it seems to work just fine. The iOS version, both on iPad and on iPhone, seem to work just fine, so I can't vouch for any Android issues. Yeah, it's just, it feels like right now they have simultaneously improved and kneecapped and destroyed the product at the same time. And I'm not even talking about the Tournament Central. I'm just talking about straight tournament issues, like just straight up there. Just, I don't get it. I know some people who have been coming over from post-produced were saying like, oh, I'm having a hard time following all this. That's just kind of how live sports goes. You don't follow just one card because that is incredibly boring. You're going to bounce between lead, chase, and probably some other random cameras that are out there catching some cool shots. Maybe someone's surging from the back and they're able to catch that. I think the video quality has increased. The audio seems to be just as good as it was last year. So I don't know. If you got $6, if you're a PDGA member, you got $6. I think it's worth it. If nothing else, you can try it for a month and then just cancel. That's, yeah. Too many viewers play, Jake said, too many viewers play disc golf for Tournament Central to work, in my opinion. I like many sneak around of golf between FPO and MPO. Yeah, I mean, I think at least for these Thursday, Friday rounds, when you're on a 3 and 4 round tournament, I think the in-between could work for someone like me who I'm at work and I don't get a chance to sneak in around between MPO and FPO, especially if they're going to be playing in Central Time and Eastern Time on the West Coast. Women didn't tee off until like 1:30, I think it was, local time here. So, and again, I was at work, so I didn't really watch much of it. But woof. That's about all I can say. Yeah. What else? It'll be interesting to see how it goes. I do like them kind of creating a preview show, so to speak, to talk about the upcoming round that we're going to see, kind of what happened last year, a preview show that would kind of happen sort of as part of the first couple holes of broadcasts in years past, kind of condensing that and making that its own thing, and then having that in between kind of wrap up / preview of the men's round, and then just have a closing thing like, hey, look at this highlight from this, look at this highlight from that, this is what happened, you know, this is what we're going to look forward to, here are your lead cards for tomorrow, see you tomorrow at whatever time. Cool, that's great. I think the in-between show's probably a bit too long. They said that the pre-show was a half hour, the post-show was a half hour, and then that middle show, that leaves them like an hour 15, because they said it was at least an hour 45 of new content. So that's a long time to talk. I think they dropped that down to like 40-ish minutes for that in-between, because, I mean, what else can you talk about? I don't know. That's my opinion there. We'll see how this all pans out. Maybe there's more. If they could get some kind of, you know, other kind of retired-ish pros to kind of talk about the tournaments, maybe people who've historically played there well, do something like that, get some interviews, get Pam Oliver out there, get her down talking to the golfers as they're out there. But who knows? That's kind of where I'm at with that one. Since we're still talking about the DGPT, I'm going to change gears here, and we're going to talk about some of the new criteria for the DGPT announcing what they're going to be doing for the update to the Tour Championship format in the end. So they are going to do straight up stroke play now. They're just going to stroke it. And this came out February 23rd. I don't know if this was to help stamp down, like, it just, the timing of this that happened with when the tweet came out was not long after Natalie Ryan announced that lawsuit against the DGPT, PDGA, and 1000 Rated Productions, the people who run OTB Open, or if it was the fact that everybody was memeing on Tournament Central, or what. But the MPO is going to stay exactly the same as it was in terms of field size. They're going back to Nevin Park. The FPO will be adding 4 players to get 20 total qualifying spots. And MPO will stay the same. There will be the playoff events, the MVP Open at Maple Hill. There's the play-in event where the bottom 2 spots in each field will be eliminated. However, if there's a player who has won a PDGA Pro Major or DGPT Elite, Elite Plus, or playoff event in 2023 who otherwise did not qualify, then you get in automatically. You bump the bottom people. So we'll see how that turns out. So you could have a god-awful season and win Champions Cup, and guess what? You're in. Doesn't matter that you played like dog the rest of it, but hey, that's just that. So semifinals, rounds 1 and 2. MPO, if you are seeded number 1, everybody plays. If you're seeded number 1, you get a 6-stroke lead. Number 2, 5-stroke lead. Third and fourth, 4-stroke. 5 through 8, 3. 9 through 16, 2. 17 through 24, 1. 25 through 32. No advantage there. That's okay. These are your starting strokes. Basically, there'll be no buys. This will be closer to a regular tournament format. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I like this. This is what golf does. I'm not saying we have to copy everything from golf, because there are things that golf does that are stupid, in my opinion. There are things that golf does that won't work just because of where we are as a sport, how disc golf is just different than golf or whatever. I think this is one of the things where you look at golf and you go, is that what you're doing? Let me take some notes here. Okay. He said stroke play. Okay. And ooh, advantage. Ooh, okay. I like that one. That's a good one there. Good one. Good one, boys. FPO, similar thing, but it starts at 5 strokes, 4, 3, 2, 1. 13 through 20 gets no advantage. That's for the first 2 rounds. And there will be a cut to the field. Rounds 3 and 4, kind of like before, everybody will reset to 0. This is a direct quote from Jeff Spring. The alterations to the 2023 Tour Championship allow for all players to start the competition together in the 2-round semifinal, but retain the advantage that players have earned through the season by awarding starting strokes based on seeding. Fans will now get to watch the best players in the world starting in round 1, with each round continuing to bring consequential excitement. With advancing player scores being reset to even par, we expect the 2-round final to be a new level of excitement to the event, while aligning more closely with the multi-round events that the DGPT runs throughout the season. I think this is a good idea. I really do. I think both from an entertainment standpoint, honestly, I didn't care about the DGPT Championship until semifinal round in general, where I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like a couple years ago when Nathan Queen was winning it, that's cool. That was a cool story. I missed out, but at the same time, I still caught what was important in the semifinals and the finals. So I don't really care, but yeah, that's kind of cool. Seeing Caddy only with the ropes was great. Now I guess Hannah Macbeth has to deal with walking with us nobodies. Oh man, yes. I'm not going to say too much on that one, but at the same time, like, okay, who has watched the latest episode of South Park with the Queen or the Prince and Princess of Canada? That's kind of how it feels. I'm just going to say that. Macbeth doesn't come off that way. Paul doesn't come off that way, but his wife certainly kind of does. I think, yeah. Maybe I'm a little off base with that one, but that's kind of how it feels. If you haven't seen that episode, it's a banger. You got to go see it. End of the season awards have changed a little bit. Player of the Year will be a split vote between tour card players and media members, 50-50. I think that's a good idea. Rookie of the Year, they've kind of clarified some stuff. So if you've played PDGA majors, National Tour events, or Elite Series, more than 3 combined in a single previous season, well then, guess what? You don't qualify as a rookie anymore. If you've competed in 2 majors in a single previous season, then you're also ineligible for this. Awards will be split between the fans and media members, 50-50. Okay, all right. Most improved, this award will be determined by split vote between the fans and media members. See, this is, in my opinion, I don't know how you split apart this award, most improved, and the next one, comeback player of the year. What? I don't know how you define that there. This is a new award intended to recognize players that either returned from injury, busted a career slump with a strong season, returned to full tour after a life event, or otherwise returned to the top of the game after being off the scene for a period of time. That just, I don't know. That just seems like those two should be the same. I guess they just wanted to make a special award for, say, Eagle McMahon. I think he's the one who's going to win it on the MPO side. FPO, I don't know. The only person who I know who has taken a significant amount of time off, sort of, would be Paige Shue after having a baby, but kind of played last year. So I don't know. Does that count? Would that be most improved? Would that be comeback player? It just, I don't know. First card All-Stars, top 4 points. You know, whoop-de-doo. Cards 2 and 3 will be determined by 1/3 of fan vote, 1/3 media members, and 1/3 DGPT points. Ball's wife said she will avoid comments right after the rant and wanted her privacy. Wah. Yeah, I just some of those rants that have been posted to r/disc golf and r/disc golf circle jerk 2 are just hilarious. And I know I'm not watching the whole thing. Those things are like 45 minutes long, some of them. I'm going to watch the selectively edited one down to 3 minutes and just go, that's funny, and move on with my life, because she does not affect my life at all. At all. So, yeah. All right. I think that does that. And speaking of doing that, Natalie Ryan files a complaint against the DGPT and PDGA and 1000 Rated Productions. So, this is the complaint. It is in the United States District Court of Eastern California. And this is because of, is that a Dale Gribble with a mustache, Donnie? That's awesome. Because, well, PDGA is based out of Georgia. DGPT is based out of, I forget where, jurisdiction, Colorado. Oh, PDGA is based out of Colorado, headquartered in Georgia. Disc Golf USA is a Delaware corporation. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of different one. And 1000 Rated is based out of San Francisco. What will be interesting? The amount in controversy exceeds $75,000. I want to know how they came to that amount. I'm confused. Exclusive of interests and costs. Maybe this is also including, there's a line in the complaint that, you know, Natalie Ryan had won $19,000. We'll make the math easy. $20,000. It said they were seeking damages of triple or $4,000, a minimum of $4,000. I don't know if, I'm guessing that's the lawyer's fees or the presumed lawyer's fees or whatever. Who knows? That's all in there. Basically, Natalie Ryan is trying to use the OTB Open to sue them, to let Natalie play in this tournament because of being discriminated against, because these rules were specifically written to exclude Natalie Ryan and no one else. That is exactly how it was written, according to Natalie Ryan. And Natalie Ryan is a victim of success, essentially, because it didn't matter who it was. It could have been Chloe Alice. It could have been Samalama Ding Dong. I don't know. It could have been Jane Doe, for all we knew, that would have been a transgender person playing in FPO and winning. And then, this was coming, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Whoever was going to be crazy successful like that, that was what was going to happen. Now, I think where the PDGA kind of screwed up a little bit was having two sets of rules. One's for the pros, one's for the AMs. I kind of get why they did it, but at the same time, yeah, I don't know. I'll be curious where this goes. This is being done in California specifically because of the way their discrimination laws work, but this is being in a federal court, so I don't know how that all changes things. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know, as I've said before. I want in on this lawsuit. I want to give myself a sex change. But I couldn't quite pull it off. Yeah. So apparently YouTube is... Sorry, Andrew. I had to approve that one because YouTube said that you said something naughty. I don't know. Lost my train of thought here. Thanks, YouTube. No, you're good. You're good. You didn't know what you didn't know what words YouTube hates besides certain ones that I'm not going to say on the stream because we all know what they are, and I don't need not a copyright strike, just a channel strike. But basically, whoever the best transgender person in FPO would have been, this would have been there. Oh, California, because they have the craziest anti-discrimination laws on the books. So we'll see how this all plays out. Will this get resolved before the OTB Open in early May? I don't know. This will be interesting. They're saying that Natalie Ryan had paid had qualified early for a tour card, paid the $5,000 for a tour card. $5,077. I'm sure there was some taxes or fees or something in there. PayPal had to get their fee. Stripe had to get their fee. But I'm just going to let you guys just work it out in the comments there. Sorry, that was a different one. Andrew and Barbarian are working through some struggles in the comment section here. Feel free to look through there. We are like over a half hour in. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. There's saying that these are a direct response to Ryan's success. That's a load of crap. I think the more Natalie Ryan posts on social media, the more times that Ryan puts anything out there, less people are willing to follow the argument and follow her in the fray, because this is just the Instagram post that was posted right along the same time as the lawsuit. Today, the CIS Golf Pro Tour begins to celebrate. I got them a gift. My court case has officially been filed. I have been rather quiet lately, and while the silence was nice for a while, it would have been a shame if I let it continue. I refuse to let a few ignorant people remove my joy from this game without a fight. My rights are mine, and I will be damned if I'm going to roll over and let them take them. Okay, so your one person rights trump everybody else's. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. It's just, I don't know. Ultiworld has a good article up on that. I listened to their last podcast. I think this came out after that. So, yeah, we'll see what they have to say about this. I'll be curious. I'll be curious what everyone else says. It'll be rather interesting. Some people have, of course, gone off the rails and gone down a very dark path in talking about this. And I am going to stay the course and stay above the fray if I can, and just try to lay out the facts as I see them, give my opinion in a well constructed manner to just, like, I'll give you my opinion, dance around it just a smidgen on YouTube, nothing too crazy, much like the last couple videos I've done on the topic. But I want to make sure that the information that I find out there gets out there to a wider, broader audience. I will do my best to decipher legalese the best I can. I speak medical, not legal, so we'll see how this goes. But the more Natalie Ryan opens her mouth and talks, the less people want to back your argument. So the silence was probably in your best defense, but yeah, can't help but try to be the center of attention, can ya? I'm sorry. That's just how I feel right now. I think part of the issue is a weird middle ground of, can Natalie even play MPO if she were good enough? The rules are now, if you're trans after puberty, you have no option. I thought there was an option about testosterone levels being below 2 nanomoles per deciliter, I think it was, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. But I don't think Natalie Ryan meets that yet, and it has to be over a 2-year period, given that the levels were previously, was it 10 or 12? I would imagine that Natalie does not meet that requirement yet. I could be misremembering this. I don't know. I'll be curious to see how this goes out. There were definitely some flaws with the updated rule change. I'm not even trying to argue that. There are flawed things there. The fact that the number that they picked was lower than what the high end of average female would be confuses me. I don't understand why it couldn't be. I think the high end of accepted average testosterone levels for a woman is 2.4. So I don't know why they just would have been like, yeah, it's got to be less than 2.5. You know. She needs to be the only one. Then she needs to be the only one tested when the non-trans competitions don't need to deal with it. I don't have the perfect answer for this. I really don't. I'm going to be honest. It's just interesting to see how this is all playing out. What I thought was interesting was the survey that was done by the PDGA with all of this, that how many of the FPO division said that this wasn't fair. It was like over 70%, I want to say. So, yeah. But they couldn't say anything for fear of being, at best, ostracized. If not, losing their entire livelihood. So it was hard for somebody to say something without basically being Paul Macbeth, essentially, or Ricky Wysocki and having unlimited money, or not unlimited, relative to disc golf unlimited, or just being Drew Gibson. Enough said, leaky leakers. I also forgot to talk about my stream from last week did not age well. It aged like a fine milk with the Gannon Burr lawsuit that happened, that was like announced literally hours after the stream ended. That happened. I was like, wow, good job, me. Good job. So there's another lawsuit that I'm going to be trying to figure out. So Natalie is signed up for the Bowling Green Open, 60 rated points ahead of the next closest FPO contender. She'll still be enjoying the game at the pro level in FPO. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other events that Natalie has signed up for, so I don't know. I haven't looked that close into it at this point. To be honest, I forgot about it a little bit because of the radio silence there, which makes sense, prepping the lawsuit, but her lawyer is probably like, you need to shut the hell up right now. Get off of... I probably should switch this back. Probably like, you should just stop Stop being online. Just stop. No. Bad. I'm taking your Instagram away and your Twitter and whatever other social media. And of course, by the logic that Natalie had posted in one of those other posts, I did an article on it. All she has to do is practice more and she'll be good enough to win MPO. She just has to practice more than the guys. That's literally what Natalie Ryan had said about the FPO division. So following that own advice, all you have to do is practice more and you'll beat them. Simple as that. Simple as that. I know, maybe a little petty of me to say, but I don't understand. I don't understand sometimes. People, to quote the fantastic show, The IT Crowd, people, what a bunch of bastards. That's all I have to say. In general, not just Natalie Ryan, people. All right, above average AM disc golf. I've made a lot of videos about Natalie Ryan, and Lauren, net to go. I don't know how to say her name. She's on the board, elected. I got a lot of people that support me behind closed doors. If everyone stops hiding their feelings, we can overcome this BS. Jake says, I'm wondering if the respect to trans competitors PDGA rule still applies because Nico broke it. I missed that one. I'm unclear of the rule you're talking about. I know in general, paraphrasing here, don't be a dick rule in general. Can you clarify what Nico broke? I'm blanking on that. I really am. Speaking of Nico, he has participated. He is still above the cut at Las Vegas Challenge. To my knowledge, he has not had an outburst or anything because there's been nothing on social media. So I assume he's still, going strong, trying to be a good boy. That's my guess. I'm not trying to call you out. Please don't take it that way. I am blanking on what you're talking about. So hopefully something can jog my memory here. Yeah, so we got that going on at LVC. Ultiworld also put up an article. The biggest threat to Kristen Tatar is not Paige Pierce. Spoiler alert, it's Katrina Allen. I think we all could have saw that one coming. Don't worry, there's like 10 paragraphs on it. When PDGA banned Natalie Nico. Banned Natalie. Nico said men don't belong in FPO anyways. I don't know how that goes. Apparently it doesn't exist anymore, or it's not enforced, or what, because there doesn't seem to be anything. It doesn't seem like a fuss was really made about it. I don't even know if that tweet or Instagram post is still up or not. I'm sure it's the internet, so I'm sure it's somewhere. But you know what I mean? Deleted off of his page or not. I don't know off the top of my head. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, to be completely honest. I am wondering if what they're trying to do here is strategically sue in California to try to set a precedent to then go, across the country. I don't know if they have to go state by state or how that's going to work. I'll be really curious. I need to reach out to a lawyer and just go, in your professional opinion, please decipher this, because I don't know what the hell's being talked about. It wasn't said on social media or anything for accountability based on the rules, but think he was filmed saying it. Oh, okay. Then I don't know. I missed that clip somehow. I vaguely remember people talking about it. Social Spaces, I think they call it. Oh, is this like Twitter Spaces or something? And somebody recorded a Twitter Space or something like that? I'm going to guess. I don't know. But we shall see. Allegedly. We'll see. I don't know. I'm guessing no one brought a complaint. I don't know who would have to bring a complaint. If any member could, or if it'd specifically have to be like, say, Natalie Ryan or Chloe Alice or some other transgender disc golfer would have to bring a complaint against him about that, or what? Because I don't know. Because with a lot of the rules, it has to directly affect you. So it doesn't affect me, sort of, kind of. I don't know. I don't know. Why are you yelling at me? I love lamp. I don't understand. Yeah. Weird train there. Weird train, everybody. Pro Tour videos or like tournament coverage videos and PDGA social media type things, I think is where it's kind of forbidden. Yeah. I mean, the Pro Tour, that kind of makes sense. They kind of, like, they have their own rules and their own obligations that they have with how Disc Golf Network is, and that's their private broadcast company, and they can make up the rules as they want. The rules are, the rules are made up and the points don't matter. And tournament coverage videos, I'd put those kind of in the same thing. PDGA social media, yeah, that does make sense. My guess, Jake says, my guess, Natalie is no longer considered a DGPT competitor, so it's kind of a fair game. I don't know, because it's a PDGA rule, and if Natalie's still a PDGA member, which I believe that's still true. Otherwise, I'd be banned for the PDGA for what I've said on my channel. I'm going to put us in the same boat. I don't think either of them give a crap about us. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think the PDGA gives a crap about Joe's Disc Golf or Above Average AM Disc Golf. Not saying content is bad on either channel. I haven't actually seen your channel before. I'll have to check it out. But I'm just saying they probably don't. They probably don't give two about this, because yeah. Oh, congratulations on pissing off Natalie Ryan. I'm just gonna guess it was probably. Oh, okay. Well, welcome. That's why I didn't. Gotcha. Changed from the disc golf photography guy. And yes, because I always wanted to call you the photographer guy, because I went to Catholic school and reading is hard. It's that good old Catholic edumacation. I'm learning. Okay, now I get it. Now I get who you are. Okay, cool. It's also hard when you live stream. It's really hard to check out someone's channel or anything. So, heyo. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Congratulations on pissing her off, though. To be fair, though, I guess, based on Instagram posts, it doesn't seem to be hard. So I talked to Laura personally, trying to get an interview. Oh, cool. Good luck. I hope so. Refused because I didn't apologize for my videos. Oh, well, that kind of sucks. Who is it? Who was it that exposed the emails from the medical committee? I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But I believe she's from Tennessee. Wow, I'm blanking on her name. But Jennifer Castro, yes. I've been meaning to try to reach out and just talk, just to find out. My whole point of the channel is to kind of do those, kind of be this weird. I shouldn't say weird. I'm weird, but hey, I don't hold that against you guys. This kind of do some interviews, kind of do some commentary and all that, just kind of mixed in here, just having some fun. Yeah, Natalie can make some very good money winning every A tier. I'd argue she'd make more money now than before, potentially. A tiers have been steadily climbing in money, and if you strategically play them, there are more of them. And if you really love disc golf, you could do that. I could see the argument of wanting to play on the Pro Tour for better competition. I could see that argument. I'm not going to, totally agree, but I could see the argument. You don't have to agree with someone to see an argument from the opposite perspective. That's what I try to do here, at least. Try to give a reasoned response, at least. Yes, Jennifer does not hold back. I watched her interview that she had on her Facebook channel or Facebook page with Megyn Kelly, and that was a network-ish style show. So there were certain words that she didn't say, but yeah. And she is a former Marine. I know she's in the service. I want to say Marines. That's sticking out. But I know if you call someone in the Marines from the Army and vice versa, you are basically going to be unalived. My buddy's an MP, so I get it. And one of my other buddies is in the Navy, but not like the village people in the Navy. Like he's detached, or he's a medic, and he's attached to a Marine squad. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and respect for Jennifer Allen playing right after her mom's death this week. Yeah, she passed away, like, right before the All-Star event. Like, I think the All-Star event started, Friday? And her mom passed away, like, Wednesday or Thursday? Like, I don't know how she did it, man. I have not lost my parents at this time, knock on wood. They're still both healthy, but I know what kind of a wreck I was after my grandparents had passed away. I can only imagine what I will be like when my parents pass away. I mean, morbid to talk about a little bit, yes. However, life ends, unfortunately. That's kind of how it goes. You born, you live, you die. That's kind of how it goes. And then a whole bunch of stuff happens in between. But yeah, that's impressive. And I think she was doing pretty well. I had her up at kind of the top 5 in my mind. I forgot about talking about Owen Scoggins. Big surprise here. Evelina Salonen could not hit the broadside of a barn with a putter from 5 feet away. Yeah. Yep. I wonder if her teenage son is a stud disc golfer. I'd be curious. But yes, Evelina Salonen putting, I think from Thursday was 20%. I don't think it got any better today. Hannah putted better yesterday. Today was hitting everything but chain, it seemed like. Hitting the band multiple times, hitting the basket, hitting the pole. Some of them were strategic layups. I totally get that. With the way the wind was blowing, I totally understand that. I get that. But there are plenty of times where I'm just like, that's unfortunate. That sucks. That's not good. Katrina Allen seems to be running away with Las Vegas Challenge for sure. And on the men's side, I will actually have to look this up here because I did not get to watch as much as I'd hoped of that. But you know what's an awesome, awesome thing here? Looking up the UDisc Live. So feature card for tomorrow is Anthony Barella. He's 3 strokes ahead of Kevin Jones. Eagle McMahon is right there, 15 down. He is 5 strokes behind AB. And Scott Withers has dropped 2 spots. He is there too. I thought it was pretty cool that Simon managed to do really well. Yes, and AB went total beast mode. So did Katrina Allen. Katrina Allen shot 10 down. Hannah today, her putting was 38% from C1X. I thought it was worse than that, but I believe Evelina at this rate won't make the cut. Up 2 spots into 46th, and today was 42%. Not bad. 17% from C2. It's just she dug herself into such a hole that it's just not a good thing right now for sure. Aaron Gossage had a huge day today, up 50 spots. Yes, that is very true. There are some people that have made some big moves. Eagle McMahon moved up 21 spots. Calvin Heimberg, I think that says 18. It's hard to tell. Whoa. Okay. Yes, now I made it bigger. Yeah, Aaron Gossage, 49 spots. That's insane. Who else made some big moves? Here? Jared Stoll up 22 spots. You know, you kind of start getting down a little bit into the lower ones. and there are some huge groupings of people, so it's not hard for them to move up a couple spots. Not trying to take anything away. Who is our biggest loser of the tournament so far? James Beckner down 46 spots. That seems to be one of the worst here. Feel bad for the guy. But, yeah. Brody was doing pretty well, too. I thought I saw, at least from yesterday. Let's see how he did today. He is down 10 spots, tied for 23rd. He shot a 4 down. Still did better than he's been doing. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's been pretty cool. On the FPO side, who are our biggest movers there? Well, Ella Hansen up 21 spots. We had Ellen Widboom also up 21 spots. Who are some of our biggest losers? Caroline Henderson down 15. She's that relatively new girl on tour here. Doing a full tour this year. Was on lead card. Made lead card yesterday. She's sitting at 2 over now. Dropped 15 spots to tied for 18th. Not hard to come back to get, she is 2 over. So realistically, I could see her moving up into that kind of 5th place spot with Stacey Ronsley, who is 3 down right now. So that's a 5-stroke. With the way the wind is predicted to be, there's potential that they're going to have a bunch of rain come into Las Vegas. So that's a rare sighting there. Huge storm supposed to be pushing through Southern California and Nevada and all that. So we'll see how that goes from there. That could really change things up. Holly Finley, big drop today. Shot a +9. Did not look good on coverage. She is down 35 spots. Yikes. But it looks like there were no DNFs according to UDisc. Let's turn this off from the School of the Blind. Sorry, I need to put it to the big text so I could see everything. I see. So, yes, Kat played in MPO at Brandon, South Dakota last fall, and I got third to guys that play there every week. She is legit. Oh, yeah. Of course. I'm not trying to diminish Katrina Allen at all. If you're referring to the article of the biggest threat to Kristen Tatar is not Paige Pierce, it's Katrina Allen. I mean, and if Evelina could ever figure out her putt, that would be great. Jake says, I'm worried that Evelina's laugh when she misses her putt is her not caring instead of a defense mechanism. I really hope it's that nervous. Like, I don't know what the I'm doing here. So it's just, it's really weird to just watch everything, like watch her go through her routine, which might be too long. I am a person who, like, yes, you get your 30 seconds plus or minus, whatever. But I'm the kind of person who, if I sit there and think about my putt for too long, the longer I think about it, the more likely I'm going to miss. That's why, like, when I play tournaments here, I'll say, I'm like, hey, guys, if I'm ever taking too long, just say something. And everybody just kind of laughs at me because they're like, what the are you talking about? Because I usually like, okay, you putt. Okay, my turn. I step up to the putt. I get the disc settled in my hand. I get my stance. I look at the target and throw it. This all happens in like 10 seconds. If I have to sit there and look at it longer, it gets bad. It gets really bad. So I really hope. I thought that in this off season, with some of the interviews that Evelina had done towards the end of the year and coming into this year, saying that she was really focusing on disc golf, that she was really trying to hone in and work on her putt. She admits that this is a problem, and yet it is still a problem. She's got the yips pretty bad. Henna looks to be getting better, but it's still not great. It's miles ahead of where it was last year. So that is all of that. I think that just about covers all the topics and then some. This is a good show. This is what, over an hour? How long is my audio recording? Yes, hour and 3 minutes. Woo! Go team. Hopefully Twitter didn't automatically shut down because I said it was only going to last an hour. So Twitter, am I still? Nope. Thanks, Twitter. You have to say exactly how long you're going to go for. But still live on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Rumble now because somebody suggested I should stream there and the market is not really saturated there. So hey, why not? I think that's about that. Those are all the places you can find me. If you ever miss a show, if you can't stay up late enough or you got other things going on, there could be high school football in the fall. There could be hockey. That's more important. There could be basketball. Basketball's not more important. There could be baseball. There could be disc golf because they're playing in Europe or something. Or you're catching one of those European events that Paul Macbeth is going to. Either way, if you can't catch the show live, which is happening every Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time, you can catch it live replays on YouTube. You can catch the VOD on Twitch, which, nobody does. Twitch isn't the kind of place where you go for that. You can also go and listen to this on whatever streaming device or audio podcast that you want. Spotify, Google, Apple, Amazon, everywhere. I'm everywhere. Trying to be the disc golf herpes of disc golf podcast. There you go. That's going to be a good clip there. So, I think that about does it there. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all you guys and gals, everyone who sits here, who listens, who talks. You've been great. You've been awesome. I appreciate it. It makes things so much more awesome. I appreciate you guys. Next week, we'll be talking about Waco and whatever random stuff happens between here and then. Tomorrow, God knows what's going to happen. Let's just say that. I don't even know. So, thank you all for watching. And if you don't forget to thank Treesus, because if you get a great tree kick and you get kicked back in the fairway, you really do have to thank Treesus. And if you kicked deeper into the woods, well, you need to repent and reflect because you have transgressed against Treesus. As always, you guys have been awesome. I've been Joe, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.